Hey, what's up, YouTube world? This is michaeltavon, and I'm back with the second installment of How Good is Billie Eilish? Now, in this series, I will be covering the discographies of selected artists and just seeing how good their whole bodies of work are. And in this episode, I will be talking about Billie Eilish. Well, this is actually the second episode. The first one I dropped last week. So if you have the time, just check that one out. I already graded her EP, Don't Look At Me, which was an A. And then I graded her first studio album, When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? A B+. So far, she's ranking pretty high. And right now, I feel like she is worth the hype. Now, I'm going to talk about her following projects to see if she plateaued, ascended, or fell off as an artist. So let's get right into it. To kick off her sophomore album, Happier Than Ever, she starts with a track entitled Getting Older. She sings about being a young woman who is grateful for all of the experiences that she may have gone through, despite some of them being very traumatic. She maintains her signature subtle vocal tone over a simple instrumental. The lyrics are deeply vulnerable and very heartbreaking as she laments the duality of being successful while toiling over her self-worth, whether she believes in herself or not. Or at least that's how I interpreted it. It's a very good song, but it's not something I would really listen to over and over, but it still has a really strong message, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The next track, I Didn't Change My Number. Whew, this was a good one. This is a very groovy hip-hop influenced track that maintains Billie's laid-back style. I really love the sentiment, I didn't change my number. Only the people I believe in. And oh my God, because you hate when people hit you up and be like, I don't have your number anymore. Did you change it? Nah, bro, you just not there anymore. Like, you're not in the contacts. Just let it go. This record is very, very relatable, as most of us have either gone through it or is currently going through this situation where you're cutting off all the unnecessary and toxic people in your life so you can elevate. So this is a strong 10 out of 10. The next song is Billie Bossa Nova. This is another fire song that has an alternative jazz feel, which is reminiscent of Portishead. If you've never listened to this band, I need you to go listen to it after you watch this video, of course. Side note, I'm not sure if she did this by design, but I believe most of this album is reminiscent of Portishead. And once again, if you've never listened to them, I need you to go listen to them. But if you are familiar with their work, please let me know if I'm not the only one who thought this when they heard Happier Than Ever, because Billie really did this. I really love Billie for this song and this album, but let me move forward to the next track. Next track is My Future, which was the lead single off this album. This song is more lyrically driven, as the production is very minimal in the beginning. Then she uses her background vocals as a very prominent instrument throughout the song, and it builds up into the beat drop, right? Which is another running theme in this album, where she starts off very minimal, very slow, very ballady. Then the song will just switch into something extremely intense or extremely raw or jazzy, and it really just takes you on a complete mind trip. Like, I love the format of this album. So once again, this beat drops and then it becomes super groovy, super jazzy. She tackles the theme of wrestling with the feelings of wanting to get back with an ex, but at the same time she realizes that she is falling in love with her own future and her ex has no clue who that person is. And quite honestly, that's another relatable topic, because we all been there, right? Like, you wanted that old thing back before, then you realize that I'm working on myself and it's time for me to move on, and my ex does not deserve who I am going to be 2 years from now, 5 years from now. So fuck them. Like, you gotta move on. Yeah, that's another fire track, 10 out of 10. Track number 5, Oxytocin. This song is more electro-pop. It sounds very lusty and intense, which is something very different from Billie up until this point. It's very climactic as she vocally emotes pleasure and satisfaction. It's an 8 out of 10. I highly respect it, but that's not something I would probably go back to. Goldwing is another one. All right, this song feels like an interlude as the beat switches from a mellow harmonic slow build to a grunge hop sound. As usual, she displays her ability to effortlessly flow over any track. She sings about women who are in the industry who have to remain pure in image despite getting used, which is a very dope topic that it really vividly paints what it's like to be a woman in this sick music industry. And really, I'm glad that Billie's protected, because it's so sad to see what a lot of these young stars go through. Track 7, and I'm telling you, it's absolutely amazing. Once again, Portishead coded. This could be sweet. Don't mind that, but she explores her vocal abilities while singing about celebrating the breakup from a crappy partner and labeling them a lost cause. Short, sweet, and simple. Track number 8, Billie's Comet. We get more crooning from Billie as she sings about yearning for someone who is not good for her. Another relatable track, as we all been there. Up late at night thinking about someone, dreaming about them who might not be doing the same for us. Next up, we have Not My Responsibility, which is a whispery spoken word segment about her body image. It critiques a society that is judgmental, especially towards young women. I like the concept, but the execution is a hard no. It's definitely a 4 out of 10. Maybe if she would have did the spoken word in her more natural voice, I would have liked it a lot more, but the whole, talk like this in spoken word format, it just really wasn't for me. Number 10, Overheated. I love the production of the song. Once again, she showcases her versatility with her pen as she sings about being pissed off regarding the media's unrealistic standards, as she is tired of being objectified. Right? Straight and to the point. 10 out of 10. The next track, Everybody Dies. It's a slow ballad where she sings about the inevitable, feeling alone, maybe dying alone, and she reassures the listeners that it's okay to feel down, feel sad, but none of us are alone. Beautiful song. Track number 12, Your Power, an acoustic ballad that she sings about those who abuse their power by gaslighting. My best description, and honestly, a lot of this album kind of reminds me of a soundtrack, and it could be the soundtrack to Tell Me Lies. And this song specifically reminds me of the dynamic between Lucy and Steven. Think about it, Lucy and Steven. All right, I'm gonna just leave it there. Let me know if you agree in the comments. All right, now the next song is complete contrast to the previous 3 songs, right? NDA. Once again, she shows off her versatility. Like, there's nothing that this woman would not sing about and kill. Like, she's absolutely amazing. She sings about the crazy things that come with having fans, obsessed fans, including making men sign NDAs. It's a very playful track, and I like how she's able to shift the mood within this album so seamlessly. Strong track, 8 out of 10. The next track, Therefore I Am, another single from this album that has heavy replay value. They always sound fresh when I listen to them. She continues to display her signature subtle vocal style over a heavy alternative electro pop type of beat. Yeah, that's how I'm going to explain it. The lyrics come across as extremely confident as Billie lets people know who she is and doesn't care about what people think. That's right, because I feel the same way. I really don't care. Actually, when's her birthday? Like, what is her zodiac sign? Let me know. Like, I don't know her zodiac sign, so tell me in the comments. Happier Than Ever album title track. She sings about being happier away from her toxic lover, that this is another track that starts off as a ballad, then transform into this rock grunge type of anthem. I admit, at first, I really didn't care for it at all, but then I had to listen to it 2 more times afterwards to really catch the second side, because I really loved the first side of the song, side A, more initially. Then when it switched, I was kind of like, oh man, like, why would she mess the song up? But I get it, and I boosted it up from like a 6 out of 10 to a 10, not a 10, but a 9 out of 10. It's crazy how music works like that. And the album's closing song, Male Fantasy. This track covers the themes of beauty standards and being sexualized, as well as getting over a past lover, at least I believe. This is a country-esque ballad, and overall the song showcases her best vocal performances. For the people who think she's just a whisper singer, listen to this. She demonstrates her vocal range on another level that at this point I didn't even know she really had. I don't know, just something about it that won't make me listen to it again. So overall, once again, I believe Billie really hit. After I calculated the math, it's an 86%, which is a B+. Is she gonna be an honor roll student? I don't know. Let's get right into the next album.
My baby, birds of a feather, we should stick together. I know I said I'd never think I wasn't better alone. Can't change.
Billie's most recent album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, which was released earlier this year, and I admit, the day that it released, Skinny is the first song off this album, and this is about loving yourself in all forms. In this haunting ballad, she sings about maturing, the wicked nature of the media, and how she's trying to be strong but still cries. 8 out of 10. And once again, I really love how she directly addresses the media constantly throughout her music, because she really gets it a lot, unfortunately. It's so sad because at one point I knew more about what the media would say about her than her music, and honestly that's not fair because she's extremely talented. All right, to the next track, Lunch. She sings about lusting for a woman. This record is so groovy that it inspires me to dance with this Michael Jackson type of bass line. The next song, Chihiro, if I pronounce that correctly, Chihiro. Another groovy track that would be best suited for an art gallery type of party. Her lush vocals on the hook are infectious and gorgeous. One of her best vocal performances ever, as each section of the song creates a different layer for her to show off her skills. I believe this whole entire album kind of gives me high-end art party vibes, if that makes sense, you know, whatever. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. Because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm recording this. All right, the next song, which is one of my favorite songs, Birds of a Feather. And okay, it's redundant, but I have to keep saying it. Her singles are fucking mind-blowing. Birds of a Feather, she sings about wanting a lasting love and a connection. Her vocals are so lush to match the up-tempo, soft, alternative vibe. And it's so funny because when I first heard this song going all over TikTok, and I used to like kind of ignore it because TikTok has a way of making songs watered down and you get tired of hearing them. And thank God I ignored it, because when I finally sat down and actually listened to it, my mind is blown and I sing it all day. On to the next track. On to the next, on to the next, on to the Wildflower. She sings with so much pain and sorrow throughout this track. It is tear-inducing, honestly. I was on the road listening to this and my eyes were literally mystified. Like, she really did this. Don't listen if you aren't ready to be in an emotional wreck after listening. I promise this will have you feeling this way. The next song is The Greatest. It's a mellow track. It's really cool, but it really didn't grab my attention. I might have to go back and listen to it again. Unfortunately, I just have to give it a lower rating, even though it sounds cool. The next track is L'Amour de ma vie. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, and I'm embarrassed if I didn't, but I'm extremely impressed by the vocal register she chose to sing in. In this song, she sings to the person she hurt. There are a lot of sections to this song, which makes it super entertaining. It feels fun but heartbreaking. The song comes to an end. It switches to an electro house track with distorted vocals. Really brought the song down just a bit, as it was absolutely gorgeous without it. But wait, there's more. When I played that bitch back, when I played this whole back, that second, the B-side of the song, I fell in love with it more. So I gave it a higher rating, because it was like a 7.5 out of 10, then it became a 9 out of 10 after I listened. So the most beautiful thing about music is sometimes you may not be ready for what you're listening to, so you have to go back and listen to it another time, and your perception of that song may be completely different. The next track, The Diner. It's an edgy pop sound from Billie, which features some echoing vocals. This is a cool song, but it kind of gave filler vibes. Sorry, it did to me. So it was lower on my rankings, 6.5 out of 10. The next song, Bittersweet. It's another track with an A and B side. I like the B side a lot more because the soundscape was very impressive, as it showed that Billie is literally able to sing over anything. And lyrically, this song is placed with the theme of forbidden love. Very simple, short to the point. I absolutely loved it again. 9 out of 10. And the final track of this ride, and the final song that I have to review, is Blue. It is the perfect ending to this incredible soundscape of a world that this album is. And honestly, I just love her music, bro. Like, I'm one of her biggest fans ever. Ultimately, this is an 88 out of 100, which makes it a B+. So she has 1 A and 3 B+. Hey, she's an honor roll student. But yeah, man, Billie is extremely talented. I wouldn't say that I slept on her. I just started to listen to her on my time. And sometimes that's the best time. No, all the time, that's the best time. So, in the comments, just let me know what are some of your favorite Billie Eilish songs. Do you agree or disagree with some of my takes? And, oh yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, please. I need it. I'm trying to really build this channel up. I want to do a lot of things like music, reviews. Oh, also, I want to keep doing this series. So if you have any artist that you would like for me to review, just let me know. I'm open to all hip-hop, R&B, some rock and roll, alternative hip-hop, alternative rock and roll, alternative R&B. I'm also open to pop music of all eras, of all genres. So just let me know. I don't care, because I'll listen to almost anything but country and hardcore rock. Like, I'm not into death metal at all, or Christian music, unless it has a nice vibe. But for the most part, I'm very open. And yeah, I kind of want to keep it I want to keep the series to the big mainstream artists I probably never listened to before, for now. Then I'll probably evolve into like the B tier type of artists who don't get as much recognition. Then I also want to do some hidden gems in the future and listen to indie artists who don't get any love at all. If this channel grows, I hope this channel grows, because I really need it. I really need this channel to grow so bad. If you didn't know, I'm an author, so please just check out my books. My name is Michael Tavon. Go on Amazon, go on iBooks, go anywhere where you can buy a book and support me, because I really need the support so bad. And I'm going to plug myself as much as I can, because I'm really great. Like, I'm an amazing writer, and this is what I do. And in the future, I have more books coming, so please support. Oh yeah, and another thing, if you do like poetry, make sure you keep a tab on my reels, on my shorts, because I will post spoken word pieces and me reading poems from my books to my shorts for you. So love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.